in different situations. Okay, so now before stopping the previous class, I told you in vacuum pressure is 0, and if you have a container like this, within this container if there is some liquid, okay, within this container if there is some liquid, what happens is, for this liquid your pressure is P0 because of atmosphere, your pressure at bottom is, okay, P0 plus rho GH, your absolute pressure is gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. Okay, this is what I have explained in the previous class. Now in today's class, what is it we are going to do is, okay, we will calculate pressure at different points of liquid. Now within same liquid what happens to the pressure we will see. We will try to calculate pressure and force in today's lecture. Now let us say you have a container, okay, let us say you have a container like this. Now in this container, okay, in this container what happens is, okay, in this container what happens is, if you take pressure at A, okay, if this is some point A, if you take some point B here, and if this is pressure at B, now from here to here your height is HA, from here to here if your height is HB, okay. Now there are many things that I want you to focus, but first and foremost thing is, in the starting part of the chapter you should know, or you must know, how to calculate pressure. So this end is open, so if you want your pressure at A, you can write it as P0 plus HA into rho of liquid into G. Okay, here rho of liquid is what? Density of liquid that you have. Similarly, pressure at B is equal to P0 plus height of B into rho of liquid into G. Okay, now, okay, if you subtract this PB minus PA, or you can rearrange this and write it as P0 plus HB can be written as, okay, HB can be written as your PB, I am just rearranging, okay, PB is, okay, it is HB minus HA, okay, I will rearrange it, sorry, I will write HA into rho of liquid into G plus HB minus HA into rho of liquid into G. Okay, so P0 plus HA rho L into G plus HB minus HA into rho L into G. Now your P0 plus HA will become PA. So your pressure at B is, okay, it is pressure at A plus, okay, height difference that you have, HB minus HA is, okay, this gap or height that you have, that into rho of liquid into G. So this is your pressure at bottom point, okay, right. So in general, okay, in general your formula for pressure is, pressure at bottom is equal to pressure at top plus rho of H into height H into, what is the difference between this top point and bottom point, into rho of liquid into G. And if you are given pressure at bottom point, pressure at top is pressure at bottom minus H into rho of liquid into G. Okay, right. So key takeaway is this part. Okay, I hope you have understood this. Okay, there are no doubts. Pressure at two different points if you want, okay, you can calculate it that way. Okay, pressure at bottom point is pressure at top plus H into rho into G, and pressure at bottom part is pressure at top plus H rho G, and pressure at top part is pressure at bottom minus H rho G. Okay, if you are going up, pressure decreases. If you are coming down, pressure will increase. Okay, this you must understand and it is important. Okay, just keep this basic stuff in mind. Okay, now let us come back. Okay, we will try to calculate pressure in different situations. Now, first example that I want you to do is, okay, first example that I want you to do is, let us say you have a container like this. Okay, in this container, this part's height is L by 3, this part's density of liquid is 2 rho. Okay, there are basically two liquids. Okay, and in the top part also there is one more liquid, but its height is 2L by, you can write it as 2L by 3. Okay, and this liquid's density is rho. Okay, obviously your top liquid's density should be less compared to bottom liquid, because denser objects will sink to bottom, lighter objects will float. Okay, getting my point? Denser objects will sink to bottom, lighter objects will float. Okay, what is your question is, okay, top surface is open. Now if I mark this as point A, if I mark this as point B, what is that you are supposed to calculate is, find pressure at A and pressure at B. Simple. Okay, you are supposed to find out what is pressure at A and what is pressure at B. Okay, you have two different liquids. Relax, take time, do the answer carefully. Don't just bluntly try to keep giving the answers. We'll go step by step and we'll cover lot of subject in the problem solving sessions as well. So first do this basic stuff. So if you are doing it correctly, your pressure at this point PA is atmospheric pressure P0 plus rho of liquid, that is rho times H rho G. Okay, P0 plus H rho G, your H is how much means 2L by 3 times rho into G. Okay, so what is your first answer means, your first answer is pressure at point A, that is going to be this much. Now to calculate pressure at B at this point, you cannot write PB is equal to P0 plus, okay, you cannot write, because point B is in liquid of density 2 rho, you cannot write 2 rho into, okay, height is 2L by 3 plus L by 3, that is L into G. This if you write, okay, this answer is wrong, incorrect. Okay, you cannot write it this way because top liquid is different, bottom liquid is different. Okay, both these two liquids are completely different from one another. So you cannot write pressure at bottom is atmospheric pressure plus P0 plus, you cannot write rho into, this liquid's density is 2 rho and height is, okay, 2L by 3 plus L by 3 total L, so I cannot write it this way. Okay, instead what is that you are supposed to do is, your pressure at bottom is equal to, okay, pressure at bottom is equal to pressure at A plus, okay, L by 3 is depth. Okay, I told you pressure at bottom point is pressure at top point plus H rho G. So L by 3 into 2 rho into G. Now how much is pressure at A means it is dependent on this part. So pressure at A is P naught plus 2L by 3 into rho into G plus L by 3 into 2 rho into G. Okay, right? If you simplify, how much you are getting, that is your answer. Okay, right? Hope you have understood this and there are no doubts. Okay, do not write the pressure value directly. Okay, this is my first idea. Okay, when there are different liquids, you are supposed to do it this way. Okay, right? Next, now if there are 3 liquids, same logic. Okay, you have to follow the same logic and then give the answer. Okay, right? These things anyhow you will know it. Okay, now your next question is, let us say you are given pressure versus depth graph. Okay, a P versus depth, this is depth Y and this is your pressure graph. It is coming this way. Okay, what is your question is, find density of liquid. This angle with horizontal is given as 30 degrees. Question is, find density of liquid. This is your question. Okay, pressure of a liquid varies with depth as, okay, this manner. Okay, for a liquid your pressure versus depth variation is given as this way. So what is that you are supposed to give? You are supposed to find out the density of liquid. Okay, you are supposed to give density of liquid. Now what is your density of liquid? You are supposed to give as the answer. Okay, right? Okay, now the answer for this part is, we know that pressure with respect to depth as P naught plus rho into G into Y. P naught plus H rho G, right? With respect to depth for a liquid, it varies linearly like this. Now what graph is given? P versus Y graph is given. Out of this, what is known? Slope. Okay, for a general figure, slope is given by what? Its derivative. Okay, for a function y equal to f of x. Okay, what will dy by dx give you means, it gives you slope of tangent to the curve. Okay, slope of tangent to the curve is given by dy by dx. Now for a straight line, your tangent is anyhow going to be same. So your dp by dy is, okay, P naught plus rho G Y derivative. Out of this, rho is constant, G is constant. Okay, density of liquid will not change with respect to depth. Acceleration due to gravity, G also will not change with respect to depth. Only that Y will change. So if you do dp by dy, this part is constant. For P naught, the derivative is 0. So that will become rho into G. Your dp by dy value is rho into G. Okay, now for this part, what is dp by dy means? Here your variation of pressure with respect to depth, this angle is 30 degrees, right? So slope is what? Tan 30 is going to be your slope. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3 and this part is equivalent to slope. Slope is tan of angle with positive x-axis. Here what is the angle with x-axis means? It is indirectly 30 degrees. So this part is equivalent to 1 by root 3. So your rho times, what is your acceleration due to gravity? 10, that is equal to 1 by root 3. From here your density of liquid is 1 by 10 root 3. Okay, like this you are supposed to calculate your density of liquid, and hope there are no doubts, you have understood everything. Okay, so I am not going to do anything new. I will keep using the basics once again and again. Okay, so basically you are supposed to apply your pressure P equal to P naught plus rho GH. That's all, nothing else. Okay, right? Now keep this point in mind. Okay, right? Next. Now your next situation is, let me erase this. Now your next thing that you are supposed to know is, okay, before going to the next model, I want to discuss something called as your hydrostatic paradox. Okay, so the next thing that I will discuss is your hydrostatic paradox. So what is this hydrostatic paradox? I will tell you. Okay, now let us say you have a container of this shape, and another container of this shape. In this also liquid is filled to height h. This height is h here, this height is h here, and then another liquid container you have of this shape. Okay, area of base is same in all the three. Here also your height is h. Okay, your area of base is same. Okay, what is your question? Let me tell you. If you take this point as A, this point as B, this point as C, okay, what is your question is, okay, options: pressure at A greater than pressure at B greater than pressure at C, pressure at A less than pressure at B less than pressure at C, pressure at A equal to pressure at B is equal to pressure at C. Option 4, none. Okay, now if you are trying to understand here, okay, now what happens is, okay, if you look at the logical aspect of it, okay, in which container mass is more means your mass of liquid is more in C, mass of liquid is middle, I mean MC is greater than MB greater than MA. Okay, because density of liquid is same, but volume is more in C compared to B compared to A. Now that doesn't mean you can write pressure equal to mg by A at the bottom. Okay, that is not at all correct. Okay, you cannot say pressure equal to mg by A and say that, okay, area is same, for whichever part mass is more there will be more pressure. So your pressure at C is greater than pressure at B is greater than pressure at A. You cannot do that. Okay, getting my point? Okay, now here what is exactly happening here I will tell you. Now if you take this liquid surface here, okay, your answer is this part. Okay, your answer is, this is your answer. It will be same in all the three. Masses are different. Okay, density is same, but still when the area of base is same, you have same pressure. Why? Because if you take a small portion of this thing, this small normal reaction will be acting this way. This, if you resolve it into two components like this, your normal reaction because of this contact will act this way. So now this lesser mass, okay, here you don't have normal reaction because of this side surface on the liquid, but because of this side surface there is some normal reaction on the liquid, it will act downwards. So this much portion amount of liquid's normal reaction will be compensated by this side surface. Okay, getting my point? This side also, this much missing portions, this thing will be compensated by N because of wall. As a result, what will happen is your pressure at bottom will be equal. And here also if you take, okay, this much portions missing liquid, okay, will be exerted this way, and that extra mass will be balancing this part, and this side also this extra mass that you have will be balanced by this bottom part. As a result, your pressure is going to be same. Only this much, this effective things same will be there. Okay, getting my point? So your hydrostatic paradox says, what it says is, your pressure is not dependent on shape of container, but in all these cases it is, okay, it is P naught plus rho into G into H. Okay, your pressure is, okay, atmospheric pressure plus rho G H. Okay, right, getting my point? Hope there are no doubts. It is P naught plus rho G H. Okay, in all the cases, okay, here you have to take H effective. Okay, this is your effective height. Okay, right, keep this point in mind. Okay, it does not depend on shape of container or volume of liquid that is present in the container, but what exactly happens is your effective height will be same. Now let me erase this stuff, then you will get little more clarity. Now your next question is, if you take some random shape like this, for example, you have some container like this, from here to here this height is h, there is liquid here. Now your next case is, you have a vertical container. Next case is, you have an inclined container like this. But in all these cases, if effective height, that is perpendicular distance from top of surface of liquid to the bottom of container, if it is h, okay, in all these cases your pressure is going to be P naught plus rho G H. It does not depend on, it doesn't depend on shape of container. Okay, it does not depend on shape of container. It only depends on effective height. Okay, keep this point as well in your mind. Okay, please do not forget this basic stuff. Okay, right, next. All right, now your next thing is, let us do some basic questions related to these examples as well. Now next is, you will have questions related to U-shaped tubes. Okay, so what are these U-shaped tubes? I will tell you. Let us say there is a tube like this. Okay, now let us say you have, okay, two liquids that are filled into this two limbs like this. Let us say in the middle there is a knob. Okay, there is knob in the middle. Let us say this length is L. This side I am filling it with one liquid, and other side I am filling it with another liquid. Okay, okay, this side, this length is L, liquid density is rho. Now this side, what is that I am going to do is, I am going to fill it with another liquid whose density is 3 rho, height is L, this side also. Question is, when knob is released, okay, what is your question is, when knob is released, find height in each limb. Okay, very simple. Okay, when the knob is released, okay, what is that you are supposed to do? When the knob is released, you are supposed to find out height in each limb. Okay, that is your question. Okay, now Give it a try to give the answer. I'll wait. We'll see. Okay, now let us try to calculate the values. Then what will be happening, we'll see now, don't worry. Now first, okay, you have released the knob, but before doing that, okay, your liquid will stop flowing from one limb to another limb when pressure becomes same on both sides. Okay, my point is, if you have a container like this, and within this container, if you take a small elemental mass dm, your pressure from left side if it is PL, pressure from right side if it is PR, pressure from left minus pressure from right is small mass dm into acceleration. Okay, you have a container. In that container you have some fluid. Now here in the horizontal direction, your pressure into area, pressure from right side into area is mass into acceleration. Okay, pressure into area will give you force. Okay, now here your m is not 0. If container is at rest, if A is 0, that becomes pressure from left is equal to pressure from right. As I have told you yesterday also itself, at same height you will have same pressure. At same height, same pressure. Okay, if there is no pressure difference, there will be acceleration of liquid. Okay, now when you are given questions related to this stuff, that is you have two limbs and you are supposed to calculate the pressure values. Now when you are trying to calculate the pressure values, okay, when you are trying to calculate the pressure values, what will exactly happen, I will tell you. Now first let us try to mark 2 points here. One is point A and other is point B. Now when you try to take 2 points here, okay, pressure from this side it is P0 plus rho into G into L. Pressure from this side it is how much? P0 plus 3 rho into G into L. Okay, now in these two liquids at same bottom points, if you are taking 2 points A and B like this, what is happening? There is pressure difference. This PA is not equal to PB. Your pressures are not same. Now when pressures are not same, okay, when the pressures are not same, what will happen? When pressures are not same, because of pressure difference, liquid will flow. Which side the pressure is more? Your pressure is more at B. Looking at this expression, we can clearly infer that your pressure at B is more. When pressure at B is more, what will happen? The liquid will push this side. Okay, your liquid flows from high pressure region to low pressure region. This side liquid level will drop, that side liquid level will rise. Okay, getting my point? Because of pressure difference, okay, your liquid will flow till when? Till your, okay, till your, what happens? Pressure becomes same. Now there are certain initial conditions. Okay, what is your initial conditions? I will tell you. Area of cross section of both limbs is same, you have to take. Okay, or else you have to do volume conservation. Area of cross section is same and liquids are immiscible. Immiscible in the sense they do not mix. Okay, if these conditions are, I mean if they are not given also, you have to assume those conditions and then you have to do the calculation. Okay, so now what exactly happens here, I will tell you. Now when the liquid level drops on this side, okay, when the liquid level drops on this side, let us say it has dropped down by x. Now if this comes down by x, automatically what happens? This side it will rise by x. Okay, right? Now what is your final answer means this side limb's height is L minus x, that side's height is L plus x, left limb. Okay, now our next step is calculation of x. Okay, getting my point? Because of the pressure difference, liquid will flow from right to left. Till when? Till pressure becomes same. Okay, at the same horizontal level. Now here my point is this side the pressure is more, this side the pressure is less. So out of this pink color liquid, some portion of liquid will push that yellow color liquid towards left. When it is pushing, automatically this side it goes up. So this goes up by x means this comes down by x. Now let us look at your pressure values. Now after, okay, after rearrangement, okay, previously I have written it is not required, but after rearrangement very clearly I am writing, okay, before rearrangement pressure difference is same, but after rearrangement pressure at A should be equal to pressure at B. What is pressure at A? P naught plus rho into G into your height is L plus x. Okay, this portion of liquid will rise by x, so that is why it is L plus x. What is pressure at B from this side means it is P naught plus density of liquid is 3 rho into G into this side, what is your height means it is L minus x. P naught will cancel off, rho G will cancel off. So you are going to get L plus x. If rho G will cancel off, you are going to get L plus x is equal to 3 times L minus x. So L plus x is equal to 3L minus 3x. So x plus 3x is 4x. 4x is equal to 3L minus L. Okay. So that is going to give you 4x is equal to 2L. X is equal to L by 2. Okay. Right. So that means your final height this side is going to become 3L by 2. Final height this side it is going to become L by 2. Okay. L minus L by 2. That is height on right is L minus x, that is L minus L by 2, that is equal to L by 2. Height in left limb is L plus x, that is equal to L plus L by 2, that is equal to 3L by 2. Okay, right? So this is your basic answer, but this logic will work provided liquids are immiscible and other thing is your area of cross section is same, because if area of cross section is different, this side how much it is coming, the height rise will not be same. Okay, how much volume has come down from this side, that much amount of volume of liquid will rise upwards that way. So area of cross section is an important factor that you are supposed to consider, but if nothing is mentioned, mostly area will be constant. Okay, right? Now next, let's continue. Okay, your next thing is now let us say you have 3 liquids instead of 2 liquids. Let us say you have 3 liquids. Length is L. This side also the length is L. I can give any height, no issues. Excuse me. Find final height in each limb when the knob is released. Let us say you have the knob. So mark this as point A, mark this as point B. Initially obviously there will be difference in pressures. Now if same area of cross section is there, I told you if nothing is mentioned consider same area of cross section. So this side if it comes down by x, that side it will rise by x. So now finally your figure is going to become like this. Okay, don't just bluntly give the answer. Okay, now what happens is some portion of liquid of density 2 rho will enter into this limb and some portion of liquid of this yellow one will come this way. If it drops down by x, this side is L minus x. This side if it rises by L height, okay, this liquid will rise by L. If it comes down by x, this yellow color portion of liquid will rise by x on this side. This side the length is supposed to be L only. Once again your total length of yellow color liquid is x. Total length of this white color liquid is also supposed to be L because area of cross section of tube is constant. Okay, right? Now if your pressure at bottom, if you are considering pressure at bottom point is P naught plus this side, okay, you have two liquids, one liquid's density is rho, P naught plus rho GL, this point's pressure, okay, some point if I take here at this point plus, this is your pressure at that particular point plus this, 2 rho is, this liquid's density is 2 rho, so I have to write 2 rho. 2 rho into G into L is pressure at this point plus x into this liquid's density is rho, so x into rho into G, this must be equal to, okay, this is pressure at this point, okay, I am going to take pressure at some point A, okay, that is your point A, okay, so this is because of top liquid at this point pressure is this much plus because of x height of liquid it is x into rho into G. This side it is P naught plus height how much it is means L minus x into density of liquid how much it is means 3 rho into G. Okay, now P naught will cancel off, 2L plus x into rho into G is 3 times L minus x into rho into G. Rho G will cancel off. 2L plus x is equal to 3L minus 3x. X plus 3x, that is 4x is equal to 3L minus 2L is L. X is equal to L by 4. That means this side it rises by L plus L by 4, totally 5L by 4. This side it is L minus L by 4, that is 3L by 4. Okay, right? This is how you are supposed to give your answer. Okay, now your next question is, okay, let's slightly increase the level before I go to the further topics, okay, related to limbs. One last question, it is one of the Russian Olympiads question available in many of the books. Your next thing is you have a circular tube. Okay, you have a circular tube. Okay, now this point is O. Okay, now this side I have density of liquid is ρ1, radius of tube is r. This side another liquid, density is ρ2, radius is r. Okay, right? What is your question is, your system is released from this point. Okay, after releasing, what will happen is, okay, your liquid will get tilted like this from the horizontal. Okay, assume ρ1 is greater than ρ2. Why I will tell you. Now if you take some point P1 here, P1 from this side is, let us say it is vacuum or atmosphere, air is there. Now if air is there, you can write it as P0 plus ρ1 into G into R. If you take one more point here P2, that will become P0 plus ρ2 into G into R. Okay, so there is pressure difference between points 1 and 2. Now obviously what will happen? Liquid flows from high pressure region to low pressure region. Assuming ρ1 is greater than ρ2, okay, let us say this comes tilted like this by some angle theta. So now you are supposed to find out that theta. Find theta. Okay, for understanding sake I have explained this much. Find the value of theta. Try it for a minute, anyhow I will explain the solution, do not worry. First get convinced, if I am releasing the system, because of pressure difference your liquid flows. If you take 2 points at one point to the left in the first liquid, and if you take one more point in the right liquid, there is some pressure difference. Okay, because your ρ1 and ρ2 are not equal, your P1 and P2 are not equal. Okay, right? Come on, try this. Anyhow I will explain the solution. Now for this I hope you do remember your trigonometry. Your opposite side is hypotenuse into sin theta, your adjacent side is hypotenuse into cos theta, and whatever happens your quarter circle will be present anyhow. That amount of liquids are immiscible. ఏం చేస్తున్నావు రా భయ్, నువ్వు అన్నీ తప్పులు ఇస్తున్నావు. You are not listening properly. Now if this angle is theta, this is theta. Now your initial length of first liquid that you have, okay, it is quarter of a circle, right? So total length is 2 pi r, so this part is pi r by 2, so don't worry about that. Now your first liquid will cover a total angle of 90 degrees. Your first liquid will cover total angle of 90 degrees. Okay, Initially it was 90 degrees, right? Quarter circle it has covered from here to here. If you are marking this as A and if this as B, this end, then your liquid is coming to some point A dash B dash like this. But total length is supposed to be same. Total angle initially with horizontal, this portion of liquid 90 degrees. So once again it will form 90. So that is the reason why this part will become 90 minus theta. This part is theta. Okay, because this is immiscible liquid, okay, everything rotates by theta. This portion of liquid also will rotate by theta. Okay, right? This side, if it is coming down by theta, this side it will rise upwards by theta. Once again, this total angle is also supposed to be 90 degrees. Initially, right side liquid is 90 degrees. Finally, also with the final position, it should form 90 degrees. Okay, now I have asked the value of theta. I have given densities of liquids as ρ1 and ρ2. Okay, so many people did not even try properly. Okay, without even participating in the race, if you think of winning and losing, there is no point. Without even trying, people are trying to give the answer. This density is ρ1, this density is ρ2. Now, when liquid is in equilibrium, okay, remember an important point, that is, if you take this point, at this point pressure from left is equal to pressure from right. At the bottommost point, your pressure from left is equal to pressure from right. Now this height, if you are taking it as h1, this height if you are taking it as h2, from here to here, if the height is h3, okay, now I will write pressure from left, pressure from right, everything. You cannot say h1 is bigger than h2. Why? Don't give blind guess. It depends upon ρ1 and ρ2 values. Okay, ρ1 is greater than ρ2, still maths will take care even if it is big or small. Okay, now pressure from left is P0 plus. Density of liquid is ρ1 into your G times h1. Okay, I told you very clearly, your pressure does not depend on shape of container, it only depends upon height. So if this height is h, P0 plus rho g h, outside you have P0, inside you have liquid, so P0 plus rho g h. So that is why from left side your pressure is P0 plus ρ1 into G into h1. Okay, now from right side if you are taking, it is P0 plus, till this point if you take P dash, your P dash is P0 plus ρ2 into G into h3. Your P right is, okay, pressure at right is, it is P plus h2 into ρ1 into G. Okay, pressure at bottom point is pressure at top point plus height into rho into G. This liquid's density is yellow color one, it is ρ1 into G. So your final answer is P is P0 plus ρ2 G h3 from top part plus h2 into ρ1 into G for the bottom part. Okay, now you simplify these values. Okay, your h1 value is, your total height value is r, and this is r minus r cos 90 minus theta, it is adjacent side. Your h1 is r minus r cos of 90 minus theta. Cos of 90 minus theta is sin theta, so that is r minus r times cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. Okay, right? Next, your H2 is, okay, your height H2 is, okay, it is r minus r cos theta. Okay, your H2 is r minus r cos theta. Okay, right? Now next, your H3, if you take H3 height is, upper part's height, this part is r sin theta, this part is r sin 90 minus theta. Okay, look at this line is r sin theta and this line is r sin 90 minus theta. Okay, top part is on opposite side, r sin theta, this part is also on opposite side, so r sin 90 minus theta. So it is r sin theta plus r sin 90 minus theta. So that will give you H3 is equal to r sin theta plus r times sin 90 minus theta is cos theta. Now I have calculated H3, I have calculated H2, I have calculated H1. Substitute it and give the answer. You will get tan theta is equal to something. Give that something. I will wait. Trying is very important. You cannot give wrong answers to this basic stuff. If you give wrong answers for this basic stuff, then nobody can help you out. Okay, subject is same for everybody. Only thing is people who try, people who do not try. Some people say they don't understand physics, they'll just try to skip everything. But the reality is they do not know maths. To escape that, they keep giving silly explanations. Give the answer fast, I am waiting. You should be getting it as rho 1 minus rho 2 by rho 1 plus rho 2. If you are failing to simplify, you will get an expression like this: cos theta plus sin theta by cos theta minus sin theta is equal to rho 1 by rho 2. Do the simplification. I will not waste my time in doing the basic math stuff. Okay, you should be able to simplify it. What is the point? I have given almost all the values. Nothing is left off. P0 will cancel off. G also will cancel off. You will have rho 1, rho 2 and H terms. That's all. Substitute those values. Okay. Right, you should get this answer. If you do not get it, then I cannot help you out much. Okay, what is that I can do if you are not doing the simplification? You will obviously not be able to simplify the problems also if you do not simplify this. You should try. If not, your maths is very weak. Learn the maths and then come back. Next, your next thing is your barometer. What is your barometer means? Barometer is device used to measure atmospheric pressure. Okay. In school level, they will explain about this. And manometer is device which is used to measure pressure of gas. Okay, atmospheric pressure, barometer. Particular gas pressure, manometer. So, what is barometer? Okay, now if you take a container like this, and if this container is filled with mercury, now let us say you have a highly evacuated tube. Okay, this is vacuum, indirectly highly evacuated tube. Now what is your barometer is, okay, this highly evacuated tube that will be dipped into this mercury. Now after dipping into the mercury, what will happen? That is what you are supposed to understand. Okay, now what happens is, when this is filled with vacuum, okay, your pressure will be zero here. Okay, here pressure inside will be zero. If it is vacuum, pressure inside the tube is zero. Now when the pressure is zero, what happens? On the surface you have atmospheric pressure P naught. Here, everywhere you have atmospheric pressure P naught. Now what exactly did happen next? Your pressure on top is zero, on the surface here is P naught. So because of pressure difference, liquid will start flowing upwards. So as a result, what happens is your liquid will rise upwards. Now at this point, if it is, this is H, rho of liquid is rho, pressure at top is 0, here pressure is 0. At this point, if you are trying to calculate the pressure, if this is some point A, pressure at A is P naught, at same horizontal level, same pressure. Pressure at A is P naught, but what is P naught? P naught is pressure at top 0 plus H into rho into G. This is your P naught. Okay. Now this height, if you want to calculate, atmospheric pressure is 1.01 into 10 power 5 pascals. Acceleration due to gravity, G is 10. Density of mercury is 13,600. If you calculate H, approximately from here you are going to H is 0.76 meters, which is equal to 76 centimeter of Hg column. So I told you your length is pressure. How that means? It is according to this. Okay. So now what is exactly happening here? I will tell you. This evacuated tube, you are dipping it in mercury. Your atmospheric pressure is more, inside the tube pressure is 0. So because of pressure difference, liquid will flow. Liquid will flow from high pressure region to low pressure region. When the liquid is flowing from high pressure region to low pressure region, what is happening? Because of the pressure difference, your liquid will start flowing. When the liquid is actually starting to flow, okay, it rises up to some height. When pressure becomes equal to atmospheric height, this flow will stop. So how much height it is raised means it is H. So that H, if I calculate, it will become 76 centimeter of Hg. Okay. So your pressure, whenever we are writing 76 centimeter of Hg column like this, okay, what is happening is indirectly when you are doing this experiment with mercury, it is rising up to a height of 76 centimeter. Okay, this is your barometer and it will measure atmospheric pressure. Okay, now in this particular thing, okay, let us try to do an example. Okay, right, what is the example? I will explain. Hope you have understood this, and please do try to take a screenshot of this stuff. Okay, right, now next, how much height will water rise if instead of mercury, if I use water? Okay, in this experiment, your next question is, in this experiment, how much height does water rise? Water rises to how much height? Okay, now same thing, it is H into rho of water into G is atmospheric pressure P naught. Okay, so it is 1.01 into 10 power 5 G value is 10, rho of water is 1000, this value is H. So H is 1.01 into 10 power 5 by 10 power 4, that will become 1. So H is 10.1 meters. Okay. So now you imagine, instead of using mercury, if I try to use water, that means I am going to use a very big height of 10 meter tube. Now that means if you are doing experiment in your ground floor, okay, if each floor is of height, for example 2 meters, say, then you have to go to fifth floor. If it is 3 meters, you have to go to third floor to check it. Okay, somewhere in the third floor or fourth floor you have to check it. Okay, so that is why we will not use water. Okay, right? So this is your barometer. All right, next, your next stuff is your manometer. Now what will manometer do? Manometer is device used to measure pressure of gas. Okay, manometer is, it is a device, okay, it is a device used to measure, okay, pressure of gas. Okay, manometer is a device which is used to measure pressure of gas. Now how will you measure this is, you will have a bulb, gas bulb filled with gas. Now attached to this there will be some U-shaped tube. In this there will be some mercury or some kind of liquid. Now what happens is, when you have gas here, okay, at same height as I have discussed, you will have same pressure. So this side there will be pressure of gas, P gas. Okay, this side to the tube markings will be there. Okay. So now at this height from this side, right, if you are coming, your pressure is atmospheric pressure P naught from the surface plus, if it is showing a reading of H, P naught plus H into rho of mercury or whatever liquid that you are using plus H rho G. So your pressure of gas is atmospheric pressure P naught plus height shown by liquid, whatever is the reading shown, that much into rho of liquid into G. Okay, this is your manometer. Okay, now you will have simple questions related to this stuff. You can do all those basic experiments. Okay, I don't need to explain much and waste my time here. So all this basic stuff you will be able to do it. Okay, right? Now with this we will stop today's part. Okay, now in tomorrow's class, what is that we are going to do is, we are going to see force on walls because of the liquid, and then followed by buoyancy, and we'll do lot more. Okay, please do not worry, I'll cover everything. Okay, but whatever is being taught in a particular day, you have to finish off in that particular day itself. Okay, right? So please do share and subscribe to my channel Prashant Physics Classes. Do not forget. Okay, hope you will like it and share and subscribe it. Thank you.